And a look behind the curtain here. Final preparation. Welcome to 2K Sports for another edition of NBA basketball. With Greg Anthony and Brent Barry, this is Kevin Harlan. We'll be hearing from David Aldridge on the sideline. They're down a body tonight, but it shouldn't have too much of an impact on their rotation.
And with that rotation not at full strength, someone else is going to have to step up and fill that role.
Now let's take a look at the Bulls' opening lineup. The guard set is Giddey and White. Vucevic in at center with Williams next to him. And it's Dosunmu in at the 3. And for Milwaukee, the post pair, the longtime duo of Antetokounmpo and Lopez. Damian Lillard out there with Rollins. And it's Barnes in at the small forward position. All right, Brent, a fresh season of NBA basketball. How excited are you?
Here he comes, and there he goes.
Look at him punish that rim. And the dunk by Barnes.
Well, if you don't take care of the ball, fellas, that's what can happen.
Absolutely, Greg. That makes the turnover even more painful.
And the gamble paying off.
Now here's Williams. Giddey sets the pick for Williams. Pass to White. Just 5 on the clock. Williams a screen on Lillard. Here's White. Giannis grabs the miss. And here's Giannis. He'll bring it up for the Milwaukee. Oh!
What a dime there from Giannis. Excellent sharing the basketball.
Barnes has gone 3 for 3 from the floor. Here's Giddey. Milwaukee with the rebound. And going against Chicago, their first meeting of the season.
And on paper, you call them the better team, but they actually lost the season series against this group a year ago. Wow, and that sort of showmanship is just deflating right now to a team trying to get back into a game like this.
Ouch, Greg, that is definitely an emphasis jam. A big apostrophe or extra. There he goes!
You don't want to be jumping on a play like that. Wow, he was up there, Kevin.
When you find yourself up double digits in the first quarter, you know you're doing something right.
Well, dominant so far. That's the responsibility of the starters. Now let's see if everybody else who plays in this game makes the same kind of high-level contribution.
And Billy Donovan decides to call timeout. He's going to have a discussion here on the sideline.
Substitution on the court.
Herter passes to Jones. And going out of bounds, last touch by Barnes. 15 seconds left to play in the first quarter. And here is Giddey. Puts up a deep 3. And that shot was up in time, but doesn't go in. And so it's the Milwaukee Bucks with a 10-point lead. Some breathing room heading into the break. They're shooting the ball so well in this one. A great performance from the field. We'll take a quick break and then back to the action here. And glad to have you with us, folks. Second quarter of basketball. This game has not exactly been neck and neck, but plenty of time left in this one. All right, well, a look at how the points have been generated so far. Scoring breakdown for Milwaukee.
They're controlling the pace of this game, pushing the ball up court and getting good looks in early offense.
Sometimes the offense can be keyed by just quick possession. So you get a steal and you can get out in transition. You seem to be very focused on that end of the floor.
The post pair, the longtime duo of Antetokounmpo and Lopez. Kevin Porter is out there with Damian Lillard. And it's Barnes in at the 3 slot. So that's who Milwaukee starts the second with. A moment now to hear from our sideline reporter, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. David.
Kevin, thanks. The Bucks use their size defensively to great impact. Coach Doc Rivers said, we're not fast, we're long. So we get our fingertips on a lot of balls, and that slows fast teams down. Switching keeps guys in front of you, and the more size we can put in front of people, the better we can be. Kevin?
Yeah, you followed this league for a long time. That sounds like a pretty good game plan.
And the vision of the Greek Freak, they're able to pick out the opening.
44 seconds left in the second quarter. Got a piece of it. And now Barnes running the floor all by himself. 23 seconds left to play here in the half. Down to 5 on the shot clock.
Yes, sir.
Offensively, defensively, they are in total control.
Yeah, the other team a bit concerned here. They're trailing, and the lead seems to be growing.
Vucevic finds Dosunmu. Lets the 3 fly. And through the first half, a pretty lopsided affair. The Bucks on top, up by 16. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by. Thank you, David, for that interview, and we'll see you back here after the break for third quarter basketball.
Thanks for joining us, everybody. An uphill battle.
Well, the energy they're putting out is not going toward their defense. Problem is their offense can't keep up with those guys. So the D has to pick up the slack or this thing is over.
Man, you know they're getting an earful right now in that locker room. We'll see who's listening.
And looking ahead tonight, here are the upcoming games we're looking for. And that's all for us. Now it's time to set.
Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. Brent, for about a decade, the Bucks have virtually been a lock for the playoffs.
Yeah, you think about Giannis being drafted in 2013, and absolutely nobody saw what was coming with him. They missed the playoffs in his first and his third year, and then all of a sudden, Giannis fully arrived. He's developed into a star, not just a star, but a superstar. And these guys have been contenders ever since.
And on the floor for Billy Donovan as we get into the second half. Vucevic in at center with Williams next to him. The guard set is Giddey and White. And it's Dosunmu in at the small forward. Oh, no, he may have gotten injured right there. He's in a lot of pain.
And this would be a terrible blow. Hopefully it's less serious than it looks.
Well, looking at his face right there, you can tell he's in a lot of pain, and there's a lot of trepidation right now on that team's sideline.
Yeah, a nice, strong finish on the inside.
But Greg, that's what he does. He's got the dunker mentality. Williams passes to White. Here's Dosunmu. At the elbow, Vucevic. Pulls it from 20. Pass to Dosunmu. Now White. They get a hand on it, and stolen by Barnes. And now Barnes running the floor all by himself.
And how about Porter Jr.'s court awareness? Excellent job finding the open man with the basket.
And Billy Donovan decides to call timeout. He wants a minute here to get things straightened out with this team.
Let's give a big hand to the ultimate hype group. Your Bucks Hoop Group.
Williams looking over the floor. Chicago again turning it over.
Yeah, that's a tough one. An experienced player in the pro game shouldn't be making that pass.
And Barnes has got the ball here for Milwaukee. They haven't given up any points here in the second half.
And you know what? This guy is just a natural-born scorer.
And it's going to be out of bounds. The Bulls will retain possession. Just over a minute and a half played here in the third. Dosunmu's shot is off.
He gets a lot of points right there at the rim, but the defense determined not to give up the easy deuce there.
And everything is dropping for them. Terrific second half run.
Well, with the confidence growing, that's one thing, but they seem to be getting more intense, and that's helping the quality of their play here.
.11 seconds left in the third quarter. White dishes to Jones. On the wing, Dosunmu. Here's Vucevic, and he was able to put it up in time, but doesn't fall. And so it's the Milwaukee Bucks, finishing the quarter up by a whopping 24 points. And let's take this opportunity now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And how about the big fella here showing us he's got some point guard skill here with the tremendous setup.
The passing for the team becoming contagious, this time involving the big.
And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. The post pair, the longtime duo of Antetokounmpo and Lopez. Damian Lillard out there with Kevin Porter. And it's Barnes in at the 3 spot. That's the group for Milwaukee right now. Williams. And the rejection by Giannis. And it's Barnes smacking it down.
Well, him dominating the offensive end is what accounts for this lead. Just a very difficult guy to stop once he gets going.
And Greg, you think about what they call float game. Why does that one shot earn a nickname like that?
I mean, it's a badge of respect, right? The floaters, teardrops, whatever you call them, runners, often the finishing touch to an already well-developed offensive arsenal.
And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for the Bucks.
This was a team performing to its fullest capability.
A hugely satisfying win. A game that not many will soon forget, and on the other side, one that I think most will try to forget.
And so with this, they'll end up with their second win on the year.
And against a conference opponent, always good to take that first win of the season series to establish a psychological edge.
The one player that really stands out, of course, in this one, it was a dazzling game for Barnes.
That's amazing defense from him. Seemed to know exactly when to pounce on the passing lanes and predictive steals.
Antetokounmpo kicks to Porter. Barnes outside. From deep three-point territory. And so it's the Bucks taking care of business in this one. They won this game going away. They were the better basketball team by far tonight.
And you got to commend this sort of dominance, particularly here at home. It's a great feeling when you play almost a perfect game and to have that crowd be so pumped up.
A chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thanks very much, Giannis. Huge, big win tonight. How did you do it?
I think we just had fun. I think guys were running to their spots, and we were able to drive the lanes and made the right pass, and we were knocking down shots. The ball was moving, we were defending, we were having fun, so that's why we got to win.
So you need to patent that formula, I guess. Congrats on the win, man. Thanks. Back to you.
Thank you, David. And that about wraps it up. For Greg Anthony, Brent Barry, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thank you for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports.